Om Namah Shivaya. Good morning, children. In the last class, we discussed about how to make a simple tester for the testing of conduction of electricity by different types of liquids, isn't it? In that, we use the torch bulb or LED. Okay. Now we are going to discuss another type of tester. How to make another type of tester. In this, we are using another effect of electric current. Do you recall that when electric current passes through a conductor, it produces magnetic effect or produces a magnetic field? I think in physics you have already studied that when electric current passes through a conductor, it produces magnetic effect. It can attract small pieces of iron or paper clips or small nails, isn't it? So, when electric current passes through a conductor, it produces magnetic field. When we keep a compass near a current carrying conductor, the deflection of the needle can be seen. That shows when electric current passes through the conductor, it produces magnetic effect. This we can use for the making of a simple tester for the testing of conduction of electricity by different types of liquids. So we can discuss how to use the magnetic effect of electric current to make a simple tester for the testing of conduction of electricity. Okay. We already know a current carrying conductor produces a magnetic field or a magnetic effect, and this can be attracted by another magnet. This is known as magnetic effect of electric current. So this can be utilized for making a simple tester. So we can look how to make this type of simple tester. So take the tray from inside a discarded matchbox. Wrap an electric wire a few times around the tray. Place a small compass needle inside it. Now connect one free end of the wire to the terminal of a battery. Take another piece of wire and connect it to the other terminal of the battery. Join the free ends of two wires momentarily. If the compass needle shows deflection, then our tester with the two free ends of the wire is ready. Okay. Now add some salt in water and you have to test the conductivity. You have to check the deflection in the compass needle. If the compass needle shows deflection, that shows the liquid is a conductor because it conducts electricity. Now you can utilize this tester to test the conductivity of different types of liquids like tap water, water from the well, pond, etc. Okay. In your textbook table 14.1, different types of liquids are mentioned: lemon juice, vinegar, tap water, vegetable oil, milk, honey, and you can also add different types of liquids. Like distilled water, salt water, coconut oil. So likewise any other liquids also you can add and test the conductivity. Okay, and you can find whether it is a good conductor or bad conductor. After doing this activity, we can find that some liquids are good conductors of electricity and some are poor conductors. Now, when the free ends of the tester do not touch each other, there is an air gap between them. Here, air is a poor conductor of electricity. So that is why it cannot conduct and the bulb doesn't glow. Okay. But during the lightning, electric current passes through the air. Here, even if it is a poor conductor of electricity, it conducts electricity during the lightning under certain conditions. Is it clear? From this, we already understood that air is a poor conductor of electricity. That means if there is any gap between two wires, that gap is filled with air. So air is a poor conductor of electricity. That is why the bulb doesn't glow. But if the air can conduct electricity, the bulb can glow, isn't it? So air is a poor conductor of electricity. But during lightning, due to heavy current, the air can conduct electricity. that means that shows the air can conduct electricity under certain conditions, because during lightning heavy current passes through the air. So actually we cannot classify the materials as conductors and insulators. It is preferable to classify them as good conductors and poor conductors, because most of the materials can conduct electricity under certain conditions. So that is why we classified them as good conductors and poor conductors, because poor conductors can conduct electricity under certain conditions. Okay, is it clear? Now we can discuss the activity 14.4 given in your textbook. Here we have to test the conductivity of distilled water. Distilled water means pure water which contains only hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, so take 2 or 3 teaspoons full of distilled water in a clean and dry plastic or rubber cap and test the conductivity. You can see when the two ends of the wire joining, the LED glows with brightness. But when they are separated and dipped in the distilled water, the brightness reduces. So that shows distilled water is a poor conductor of electricity. Okay, now you have to add some salt in distilled water. So now it becomes salt solution, and try with the tester. You can see the bulb glows with brightness, isn't it? So the salt water is a good conductor of electricity. The water that we get from sources such as taps, hand pumps, wells and ponds is not pure. It may contain several salts dissolved in it. Small amounts of mineral salts are naturally present in it. This water is thus a good conductor of electricity. On the other hand, distilled water is free of salts and is a poor conductor. Now, some minerals present naturally in water are beneficial for our human health. But however, the presence of these salts makes the water as a good conductor of electricity. So that is why we are instructed not to handle any electrical appliances with wet hands or by standing on the wet floor, because water is a good conductor of electricity. So when we handle electrical appliances with the wet hand or by standing on the wet floor, we may get a severe shock. Okay, so don't handle any electrical appliances with the wet hand. Okay, now we already know that when we add some common salt in distilled water, it makes it a good conductor of electricity. So when we add certain substances in distilled water, it makes distilled water a good conductor of electricity. Okay, so we can discuss which all substances when we add in distilled water makes it good conductor of electricity by using a simple activity. Now we can discuss activity 14.5. Take 3 clean plastic or rubber caps of bottles. Pour about 2 teaspoonfuls of distilled water in each of them. Add a few drops of lemon juice or dilute hydrochloric acid to distilled water in one cap. So here it is an acid. So we have to add acid in first cap. Okay, first cap with distilled water. Now in the second cap containing distilled water, add a few drops of a base such as caustic soda or potassium iodide. So here we are adding base. Okay. Now add a little sugar to the distilled water in the third cap and dissolve in it. Test which solutions conduct electricity and which do not. So we can use the symbol tester what we discussed earlier. So use that tester to test the conductivity of these three liquids. While testing, we can see that the first two, that means in first one in which the acid is added and the second one in which base is added, both will conduct electricity, so they are good conductors of electricity. But the third one in which the sugar is added in distilled water is not a good conductor of electricity. It is a poor conductor of electricity, because when it is added in water, the ionization is not take place. That means ions are not present in water, so it could not conduct electricity. So it is a poor conductor of electricity. So from this activity we can understand that most liquids that conduct electricity are solutions of acids, bases and salts. Okay. Is it clear? Okay. Thank you. Namshivaya.